This video is about the multiple regression model. So if you are dealing with natural sciences such as physics or biology or chemistry, you deal with a lot of with many different tests, just because everything follows very predictable patterns and you can apply a lot of probability. But sometimes when you're dealing with social sciences, you don't really know if there's if there's relationship between two variables or there's causation, like if one variable affects the other variable. So you have to look into ways of measuring how much does something affect another thing. And the best way that a lot of people have figured out the way to do this is through a regression model or a multiple regression model. A regression model basically correlates what one measurement is doing with what another measurement is doing. For example, a very simple relationship that I'm sure has correlation is the rental price related to the income. If this house right here rents for £900 a month, if that's about one bedroom and rents for £900 a month here in Brighton, England, will it be easy to predict that if somebody has more income, he'll be more likely to rent that than a house that rents for £400, a one bedroom that rents for £400 in the outside of town. I'm right now in the Hove, but if you go out, it's probably a lot less. And the answer is usually yes. Those two relationships probably have a strong correlation, and therefore they have a strong R. So many times econometricians, like people who study the relationship between two variables in a multiple regression model, will start factoring in new variables to see if they have any influence. And another variable that people do not know if it will be related is maybe we have income, we have housing price. We could try to factor in something very crazy, like if a binomial variable like LGBT, is the person straight or is the person gay? I mean, just a binomial variable. I'm not really factoring in for any of the other deviations of sexual orientation. Let's call it something derisive like that, but I don't really mean it. I cannot think of any word. So usually you would think that maybe it's really hard to tell. You have to look at the data to see if non-straight people have usually higher income, but this is how it basically works. So you factor it in, you would have probably income as the independent variable, like is the Y, and then you would equate it to X, which is the rental price, and then you would add another variable. This is when a regression model becomes a multiple regression model, because you're adding something else that you don't know if it has any relationship. So basically, the slope of the first two will be highly correlated. Y will be income will be correlated with rental price, and the R will probably have a strong it's gonna be a strong goodness of fit, which I think if it's close to 1, so it'll be probably like 0.95 or something like that, because it's a very no-brainer, this relationship. But then when we're using another variable. I mean, I use